is nothing like I've ever experienced anywhere else. The the people, the the accommodations are outstanding, but to the other companies that I have traveled with do a type of cookie cutter like plan, and I think you get far better value when you're not having to go through a large corporate company. And for that very reason, I've seen when I've made comparisons incredible differences. So no, there would be no chance that I would ever travel to Africa unless it was handled by you and your company.
Well, thank you very much for that. And the last thing I wanted to ask you is, how do you think traveling to Africa all the times that you have, because you've been at least 10, 15 times maybe, how do you think it has affected you at home when you're not in Africa?
Oh, I, uh, I kid my family and friends. They're very aware of. I started traveling, and I had never been international until 2005 when I made my first trip to Africa. I had done traveling in the Central America and the United States and Canada, uh, but um, nothing like a 19-hour flight to the other part of the world. Uh,
So,
yeah.
so would you say, because people always say, I can't travel that far. So would you say that the journey experience that you've had is well worth the 19 or 22 hours that you have to travel?
Oh, initially I thought I would if I could. I had concerns about making um, the not 2 9-hour jaunts that are required to get to either Nairobi or Arusha, and having gone multiple times, you develop little tricks for handling both flights, long flights, and so for me, that is not an issue at all any longer. In fact, um, if someone said it'll be 30 hours, I'd say, well, you're going to have to book me anyway because, again, it's the only place that I travel to that I have such a sense of constant, continuous excitement, enthusiasm, as I said, in another world, looking at it's not just the animals, although that's certainly, again, it's, that's certainly a big part of it. And when I am not in Africa, I spend my time reading about it, looking through my pictures, and it's I've developed somewhat of an addiction, I think.
Well, like me, I'm also an aphrodisiac. I love Africa. I can be in Africa, oh my God, a great deal of the time. And like you, when I'm not in Africa, I'm thinking about Africa. I'm going through my pictures. I'm going through my experiences. I'm thinking about it, all the things that we did, and still amazed at the excitement that no matter how many times I've been, and it's been over 40, that I'm still excited and can't wait to get back. So that's
I
that's amazing.
I agree. People have asked me several times, "Why do you keep going back? You've been already been there and seen it." And I tell them, unless you go, you will never experience, have that understanding. It would, uh, and secondly, um, the any you can go to exact same place, the exact same lodge, and you'll have a completely different safari experience each and every time. You will never have the same thing. You will never have a sense of boredom. If anything, it not only provides a sense of serenity to me. It's just such an enjoyable thing, but an education. I am constantly learning more and more about whether it be various species, uh, uh, the the political uh, ramifications, how people live here, and it's given me a different look on how I see my life now and what is important to me.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your views. I truly appreciate it, and I just want you to know that I so appreciate all the times that you supported Destined to Travel, traveled with me, and had confidence that you would enjoy the journey, as we say. So, is there anything else that you would like to say?
When is our next trip?
Great question. That trip is actually going to be less than 2 months away in February 2015. So I look forward to another great experience with you. And thank you so much for sharing all your views and your thoughts about this trip and all that Africa has to offer. Thank you.